The following program is a production of HEW Entertainment and contains views, opinions, commentaries, and content that may offend some subscribers of this show. Listener discretion is advised.
It's that time once again for HEW Entertainment Radio.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hosted by Jonathan Clarke.
The beat! The man! You gotta beat the man! Whoa!
Be sure to join us in the live chat room during the show.
Hulkamania is running wild like it's never ran before.
Call us on one of our request lines. If you live in the United States, call us at 1-641-985-7800, box number 3729288. If you're from Canada and would like to call us from 1-647-724-4194, box number 3729288. Long distance charges may apply in some areas.
I've been the world heavyweight champion 10 times.
Or you can always drop us a line at MySpace, myspace.com/HEW Entertainment.
And you will rest in peace.
Emailing us works for you too. Email us hewwrestling@hotmail.com.
I am a wrestling god. JBL.
And now, without any further ado, here is your host of HEW Entertainment Radio on the official website of HEW Entertainment, Jonathan Clarke.
The champ is here.
Streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Now streaming live on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. HEW Entertainment Radio is inviting you to comment on our video blogs, join the conversation, and like us. So what are you waiting for? Log on and listen now. Don't miss out on any of the action. Download our app on the App Store, Google Play, and the official website of HEW Entertainment. Once you download and install it, you'll get caught up on news, YouTube videos, and more. Download it now.
Let me say this, if you've known anything about wrestling psychology within the last 10 years, it has its way of making us believe something that isn't actually what's going on behind closed doors legitimately, and what it's trying to make us believe now is that we've seen the last of The Undertaker from the rumors that have been posted on sites like ProWrestling.com, PW Insider, Pro Wrestling Torch, everybody talking about The Undertaker's possible retirement and us having seen the last of The Undertaker. And let me say this, as the old saying has been said so many times over the years, it's not over until it's over, and even though The Undertaker had a lot of injuries going into his match with McMahon this year at WrestleMania, I don't think we've seen the last of The Undertaker, not by a long shot. And I say that because I'd like to see The Undertaker wrestling well into this new generation, and I know it's extremely impossible for The Undertaker. It's highly doubtful that he'll be wrestling well into this new generation, but if you keep it at a limit for The Undertaker, wrestling, say, once a year, you can easily get 10 more years out of The Undertaker. That's one match per year, and you can use these 10 years to have The Undertaker create with wrestlers he's never created with before. Names like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, the Vaudevillains, the Lucha Dragons. You can see The Undertaker doing that because The Undertaker can offer so much experience and just create beyond his years. At 51 years of age, it's not expected for The Undertaker to do that. But I would like to see The Undertaker do something magnificent within these next 10 years, within the next decade, because The Undertaker is just someone who you just expect to see every year for events like WrestleMania and SummerSlam. And after that incredible match with Shane McMahon this year at WrestleMania, how can you lead yourself to believe The Undertaker is done with professional wrestling? He has more matches in him, and I would like to believe it's going to be well within the next decade that we're going to continue to see The Undertaker. It was believed, I think, too, because of the stipulation on the match with Shane McMahon. If The Undertaker lost, it would be his final WrestleMania, but you're not going to have The Undertaker's final opponent at WrestleMania be Shane McMahon, and after all these years, The Undertaker's going to lay down for Vince and Shane McMahon. There's no way that's happening after losing his streak, being forced to lose his streak because of a concussion at WrestleMania 30 back in 2014, not even 2 years ago. There's no way your biggest name is going to lie down for a McMahon. He could lie down for a Rock or a Sting. I could see that happening if it were his final match, but not a Shane McMahon character. There's no way that's going to happen, and that's not great wrestling psychology. After all this time, The Undertaker beating endless amounts of names, endless amounts of world champions and legends, there's no way he's laying down for Shane McMahon. And with the bump Shane McMahon took in that Hell in a Cell match, let me say this, with the odds being astronomical that McMahon would defeat The Undertaker in this match, there was only one way that he could have done it, and that was with the outside interference from someone like a returning Kurt Angle or a Goldberg or even a Sting, or somebody we hadn't seen in a really long time. If not that, someone making their debut, if it wasn't going to be a big return, and that was what was being speculated on for this Undertaker-Shane McMahon match. Someone was going to interfere on Shane McMahon's behalf, costing The Undertaker this match and setting up for a bigger match for The Undertaker to have had by WrestleMania 33. That was what was believed. It wasn't followed through with. So it leads me to believe that we are going to be seeing something big happening for WrestleMania 33. That will involve The Undertaker wrestling against whoever The Undertaker's going to wrestle. And if next year is his last match, I know I said this about this year's WrestleMania, there was something about the venue and something about the storyline for The Undertaker and different scenarios that I had actually in my head about The Undertaker having this match with Sting or The Rock. We could have a chance of seeing it by WrestleMania 33. I think WrestleMania 32 was intended to have been used for a promotional form to promote something greater to have happened for The Undertaker that wasn't followed through with. With all these injuries, I guess they didn't have a better opponent for The Undertaker to have had, or didn't have the time to set up for something big for The Undertaker to do by WrestleMania 33. So hopefully within the next year, we're going to find out something far greater for The Undertaker to do for WrestleMania 33 next year, which they're already promoting on the WrestleMania subsite. So there's going to be something for The Undertaker to do at WrestleMania 33, and I think The Undertaker's just one of these guys that you expect to see every year. So people are going to be posting things about The Undertaker's final WrestleMania, The Undertaker sporting injuries like black eyes and possibly broken ribs going into WrestleMania to make you believe that this is it for The Undertaker. And the thing was, so many people bought into the idea of Shane McMahon making this grand return to the throne and defeating The Undertaker, but the thing was, I knew going into this match with how Shane McMahon's been famous for taking bumps and sustaining injuries in matches with people like Kane and Test in the past, Kurt Angle, and that match of the King of the Ring back in 2000-2001 when Shane McMahon was thrown through the glass. With the bump Shane McMahon was known to take, you knew he was going to take a critical bump
in that match at some point or another, and it ended up being through the table after jumping out the Hell in a Cell, the height of a high school. Shane McMahon falls through a table, and then The Undertaker tombstones him in the ring off the collapse of the table, and then he's victorious in the match. I knew at some point or another Shane was going to fuck something up and The Undertaker was going to win. I mean, anyone who believed that Shane was going to win, you weren't necessarily wrong with your prediction, but it was kind of one of those out there predictions. You were going against a man who was the odds-on favorite to win this match, and the one thing Vince McMahon knew going into this match were that the odds were astronomical that Shane was going to be taking control of WWE, and everybody won